Good afternoon, lads and lassies. Irish Demon here, back with another video. Today we're going to be having a look at the debate that took place between AronRa and Nathan Thompson, if you could really call it a debate. So before we get started, let's roll the intro and get stuck right in. So this debate started off really on false pretenses. AronRa stipulated that in order for him to take part in a debate with Nathan Thompson, that Nathan Thompson would have to provide a map or a model for him to scrutinize that they could speak about. So Nathan sent him a map and some kind of a model, I guess, that could be scrutinized. Obviously, AronRa would have done his research into that and been, attempting to use that for his debate purposes, whatever. But very quickly, Nathan Thompson kind of showed himself for the liar that he is, and it would appear that he actually just sent him, that Nathan sent AronRa that map in order to get him to agree to the debate, but never actually intended on using it at any point. Now, I guess it comes as no surprise to everybody here that Nathan Thompson is, of course, a pathological liar. But we'll get into that in more detail as the debate progresses. I'm not going to play the whole thing, obviously, because it's mostly just absolute shite. Of course, a lot of you will know AronRa did leave the debate, and I actually 100% support him in that. He was lied to, and he was dragged onto this debate to be berated and to be insulted. And that's just not good enough. But again, I expect no less from Nathan Thompson. So let's get stuck straight in, and we'll see how we go.
Thank you, James. I do want to thank Aaron for being here.
Blah, blah, blah. Fake nice guy stuff. Let's speed through this.
I appreciate that. I also want to thank the chat for being here, giving me your time and your ear. Anyone who super chats the channel, I will answer all those questions later on when we get there. I promise you I'll stay for hours answering questions. Also, anyone who shares the show, big shout out to you. I'm a firm believer that sharing is caring, and it will be a good show tonight.
Just so you guys know, before we got started, Aaron refused to go first, even though all the textbooks, all the mainstream science, all the Hollywood movies depict a globe model. We give $50 million a day to NASA to depict a globe model, but for some reason he had a problem going first. And he mentioned that all his income is based on his activism. So if he was wrong about this, guys, that would have a serious effect on his income. And I feel bad that you have to defend the heliocentric model, Aaron.
And what exactly do you do for a living? You literally are homeless, first of all. You are a couch surfer, and you do your activism as a living. Like, you are one of the most unproductive human beings I've ever fucking seen in my life. In fact, you're literally counterproductive. AronRa does a ton of stuff. His job isn't to defend the heliocentric model at all. Not at all. And you do nothing. Please, just tell us what you do. What, showing people how to bounce fucking balls on hammers? I hate to break it to you, that's not a job, Nathan.
Because you're going to lose this debate. I've debated maybe 10,000 people. I looked for debates you've done online. I could not find one.
Okay, so first of all, I've watched hundreds of, well, maybe not hundreds, but definitely over 100 AronRa debates over the past number of years. He's a very talented debater. He actually debates. Like the whole thing he had with Kent Hovind was a proper structured debate. You just, sit there, shout, do all this shit in the background, and then cry and claim victory in the end. 10,000 people. You think you've debated 10,000 people. Within that 10,000, though, do you include the 400 children that you just shout at? Like a crazy person? Do you also include the random people on the street that you accost? That's not a debate, Nathan. Like, not at all.
Okay? People always mistake me as a flat earth idiot. That's fine.
Yeah, there's no mistake about it. You are a flat earth idiot.
Aaron, I do love you. You are made in the image of God, buddy. So I feel bad that you're wrong, and I'm going to have to demolish you in this debate.
If AronRa is made in the image of God, then God's a pretty cool-looking dude.
I tried to do some research, find out your positions. You didn't have any debates, but you did have a discussion with Jaron from Jaronism, where you asserted a bottom-up fallacy. Apparently, you don't know things disappear bottom-up on a flat surface. 2, you think things disappearing bottom first is empirical proof of Earth curve. I thought that was funny. You strawmanned a model approximately a dozen times, which is a hat trick fallacy.
What the fuck is a hat trick fallacy? Do you mean a hat trick of fallacies? Oh, man. Is this guy going to make up fallacies all day?
It's a straw man. Then you're begging the question. And you're also doing a reification fallacy because it's not empirical evidence. It's not science. It's a model. So reification fallacy, begging the question, and a straw man. Hat trick fallacy all in one. You are like the Wayne Gretzky of proving Earth is a globe, Aaron. You also said, would the sun be out all day on a flat Earth? Now, apparently, you don't understand. Sometimes the sun is out all day in the north.
Yeah, and that's something that doesn't work on your flat Earth, you dipshit. Alright, so I've skipped a lot of this because it's just the same shit that you see over and over again. And in case any flat earthers out there try to say that I'm hiding the truth, you can go to MDD and just watch it, whatever. So yeah, just skipping on.
Also, hundreds of star trails and just numerous observations. Couldn't find anything of the sort on Orange channel. I don't even know why he's here debating this. I don't think he's qualified.
Really? Like, you don't think he's qualified just because he doesn't have a flat earth or an anti-flat earth channel? That makes no difference. You say that qualifications don't matter, clearly, because you have none. You're clearly ridiculously stupid. I mean, you're really good at bouncing balls and shit, I'll give you that. But other than that, you're pretty fucking stupid. So I would say of the people on this panel, you are without a doubt the least qualified of everybody, literally of the three of you. You're the least qualified. Again, he just continues with the usual bullshit. Again, you can also go back and watch it if you're claiming that I'm going to try to censor it. Frankly, I don't give a shit what you say. Well, apparently that cared. Anyway, so yeah, moving over to AronRa, where he explains how Nathan started this whole thing with a lie.
Thank you. I agreed to have this debate on the condition that my opponent provide a written explanation of the flat Earth model and that he provide a map of his pizza planet. And he gave me the map, which we'll have fun with shortly, but he couldn't provide a model because there isn't one, nor can there be because there is no reality to the position he's espousing. Instead, he sent me a video of one of his prior presentations wherein he made fun of rational people asking to see his model. So he knows he should have one and that he doesn't, or else he would have sent it to me. So he pretends that science doesn't have a model either. But yes, we certainly do, several of them, and they all concord with each other.
So Aaron goes on to give a very good detailed reason why he believes that the flat Earth model is a joke. He doesn't really approach it from, physics, but physics isn't even necessary. There's so many other ways you can prove that the Earth is a globe without physics. But of course, Nathan's kind of bent on all of this kind of just word salad that he likes to use. So yeah, let's move into the open discussion where it gets really fucking spicy.
Aaron, I'm sorry you felt insulted. I just said you were going to lose the debate, and so far your opening was a bunch of gish galloping and rhetoric about how the Earth can't be a globe. We know Earth can't be flat. We know it's a globe for thousands of years because of sticks and shadows. Now, you are familiar with Neil
and photographs from space and moonwalking and a space station currently in orbit around the planet. But you just ignore everything.
I feel like I need to bring back an old thing that I used to do, so... Trigger cam!
I'm not ignoring anything. Can we go over all these one by one, Aaron, before you get triggered, please?
The fucking irony that he is so triggered while telling somebody not to get triggered, and Aaron's just there like... Fucking hell.
I know, take a drink, get drunk.
I've been warned that you were going to try to enrage me, that you were that type.
Also, I just want to point out, so what Aaron just said is exactly the point I was going to make, that he would intentionally try to enrage him by insulting him with snide comments. So saying, before you get triggered, okay, before you get triggered, because he's already triggered himself, which is really funny. But then he goes, oh, why not take another drink? Why not get drunk, Aaron? He says that a few times as the debate goes on. But the irony that his, majority of his videos is him drunk, crying, and complaining that people don't like him, don't send him enough money. And his Instagram is just full of images of alcohol. Now, I've got no problem with alcohol. I've got some bottles here. I have a couple of sups every now and again with the boys on the air. Not really much of a drinker. But for him to point the finger at Aaron for drinking some stout while he himself gets pissed all the fucking time, it's, again, just another layer to the hypocrisy of Nathan Thompson.
So, but don't worry, I'm dealt with your type many times, so it's not going to happen.
My type, the kind who asks for evidence because you didn't support it and bring any in
the type who tries to inflame his opponent.
It's all right. Aaron, let's move straight to question and answer for me and you back and forth. Do you have
good. What holds the moon up?
What holds the moon up?
Yeah.
Okay, so the moon has to be held up, Aaron? You're gonna beg the question that something has to hold the moon up? Now,
in your model, in your attempt at a model, which doesn't work, so it isn't a model, but yeah, you have a moon and a sun that both stay suspended over the Earth somehow. Now we know in the gravity model, heliocentricity, geosphericity, and gravity and relativity and all that, we understand how these things work. But
no, you don't, Aaron.
Well, yeah, we do. We understand the balance of how orbits are maintained, and so you don't need to hold up the moon.
So let me get this right, Aaron.
In your story,
the moon would come down on a flat Earth, but with gravity and everything in space, it just means it maintains a perfect orbit, right, Aaron?
The moon stays locked in a gravitational tug, so that technically it's not actually orbiting the Earth, but I'm not going to get into that right now. The moon and the Earth are orbiting, in a sense, each other. They're held by this gravitational pull, and there's already motion, so it's going to keep up perpetually. But in your attempt at a model, it's not that way. You have this giant orb weighing however many tons you want it to be that's just suspended and moving slowly over the planet. So you've got this big disk.
You're going to assume the moon has weight. You're going to assume the moon has weight and that it's physical, and then ask why it doesn't fall down on a flat Earth. Well, let me tell you, Aaron.
Why do other things fall down if the moon doesn't?
I know you've got to censor me because that's what YouTube and all your controllers do that push your mainstream rhetoric. You've got to censor me.
So is he trying to say that the moon isn't physical? AronRa says one of the funniest things I've ever heard in a debate in just a second. But dude, we've been there. We send shit there all the time. We bounce lasers off it. You can go, oh no, it's fake. Because it has to be fake to support your model. That's a reification fallacy.
Okay, so please, if you're going to talk to me, Aaron, let me talk. Okay, you're censoring me.
What do you mean on controllers?
You're censoring me, Aaron. You're not letting me talk.
Well, you're lying about me. I'm not going to let that happen.
What did I lie about you about?
I don't have controllers.
Oh,
I don't have a religion.
The people who told you Earth is a spinning ball because you haven't tested it, Aaron.
I have tested it. I have tested it.
Where,
I have. I've been all over. I've been all over the world. You look at your map. Look at your globe or not.
Okay,
globe.
so your tests are looking at my map.
What's that?
Your tests are looking at my map?
And being at various places on it, yes.
Oh, okay.
So look at your polar projection map.
So
there's so much wrong with that.
Aaron's test to prove Earth is a spinning globe is that he's been places.
Yep.
Cool story, Aaron. Do you have any evidence?
Let's get specific about that. So let's look at your polar projection map.
Right.
Look at Australia on your polar projection map.
We're transferring, you're bouncing around topics.
We're going right to a topic, a specific topic you asked for. Let's do it.
I just want you to take note of the frequency with which Nathan interrupts AronRa. He does this all the time. When he knows he's being beaten, he asks to go to the question and answer section so that he can interrupt people. He does this every single time when he knows that he's being beaten. So just take note in your mind of how often Nathan interrupts AronRa, and then later how he gets so fucking triggered and almost starts crying because he says he's being interrupted. Moderator.
So let's look at the specific. Look at your polar projection map.
Gentlemen, 1 second. I hate to interrupt.
It's your map. You want to propose that there's
I hate doing this.
So I'm just going to skip over this part where James goes on about how he hates having to mute people and all of that kind of stuff, and we'll just get straight back into the meat of it.
I want to stay on the first topic, James. He asked me why the moon doesn't fall towards Earth. Now he's talking about my map, okay?
Okay.
I don't want to talk about the map.
We'll do that one first.
Till I cover his first question. Aaron, the sun and the moon are locked in the firmament they would not be falling towards Earth. They're not physical objects, and their gravity's not real.
So that is a clear positive claim. You're saying the sun and the moon are both locked in the firmament. Prove it. Prove it, please.
Hot air balloons and helium balloons go up, Aaron. So what now? Can I ask a question?
So you're saying the moon is not real?
No, I did not say the moon is fake, Aaron. You said
it's not a physical object.
Pull the hair back. Okay, so
you said it's not a physical object. What does that mean to you?
And that doesn't necessitate that it has to be a physical object. Okay, now is gas?
Well, it's an imaginary object then, if it's not physical.
No, it's not imaginary. Okay.
What's the option?
Will you agree that solids?
It's either made of matter and energy, or it's made of imagination. Which one is it?
That's my absolute favorite moment in the whole fucking thing. I think it's one of my favorite moments on modern day debate, besides one. Shut the fuck up, Nathan. That's still my absolute favorite. But yeah, what is it made out of then? If it's not physical, what is it?
Well, is plasma a thing?
Yeah, it's matter.
Okay. Yeah, okay, great. So is
the moon a physical thing? Or is it an imaginary thing?
I don't have claims about what the moon is. You do, Aaron.
What do you mean you don't have claims about what it is? You just said that it is in the firmament. So you've made a positive claim about the moon. Back it up.
I'm asking you. How does asking you a question a claim?
I heard you, Aaron. And I told
then why don't you give me an answer?
About what the moon is, you do.
You said the moon is not a physical thing, and neither is the sun.
No, I said you're going to assume it. I said
no. I'm asking you the question. That means I don't assume. I don't straw man either.
Great.
Because I ask questions and then I listen to you fail to answer them.
Ask me again what the moon is?
Exactly. What is the moon? You said it's not physical. Are you ready to recant that and decide that it is physical?
Aaron, you got to stop talking if you're going to ask me what the moon is. So for the fourth time, Aaron, take a big gulp. I don't know what the moon is.
This guy just said that he doesn't know what the moon is.
You assert it's a physical object in space vacuum. Now, is it my turn to ask a question?
You didn't answer the first one.
You asked why it doesn't fall to Earth. It's in the firmament.
You said you're challenging me for not testing your model. I did.
Moderator.
And you refused to hear how I did that.
Moderator, is it my turn to ask a question or not? Because I answered this question. The moon doesn't fall to Earth because it's in the firmament. Can I?
Moderator.
Ask a question now.
Yeah, there is no firmament.
So
they just give no description. He said it's imaginary,
about.
but it's not imaginary. It's real, but it's not real. So, and then he doesn't know what it is, but it's locked in a giant dome that we know isn't there because he denies all the evidence that it isn't there. But he's going to challenge me that I haven't tested it when I did.
All right.
You got to be better than this. You said you debated 10,000 people, and you don't know any better than that.
All right, you're triggered. I know your religion's falling apart. Take a big gulp, buddy.
I don't have a religion.
See, here we can see clearly that he knows that AronRa's got the better of him. He knows he can't stand up to this guy at all. So he says, take a big gulp, and then he calls, AronRa a religious person, knowing full well that that's going to try to trigger him. So he said, you're triggered, take a big gulp, and your religion. This is just typical of what these people do to try to win a debate. They know they can't win it on any merit. They know that their model doesn't work. They know that our model works perfectly, so they have to go to insults. It's always the same. It was the same with Witsit this morning. He was getting his ass handed to him by Team Skeptic on Fight the Flat Earth's channel, and so he started with the homophobic rhetoric. That's always the way.
But I do hate when people lie to me and tell me that I do. Being against religion is not a religion. Being against faith is not a faith. I wish you guys would get that, but you understand that you can't defend your religious position, so you have to pretend that every other position is religious too. No, it's not. My position is based on science, which means that I have predictive models and they can be falsified. Yours can't be. Yours makes no predictions, has no evidence, and can't be falsified. Yours is a religious belief. Mine is not. I can demonstrate that mine is not using your model.
Can I ask a question now? I know you're triggered. Take a big gulp, Aaron. It's going to get better.
I'm not triggered. Don't be ridiculous.
James, moderator, please. Hello. Can I ask a question now?
Yeah, we're waiting for you. Go ahead. You're telling Aaron he's triggered. Go ahead and ask your question.
All right, so we're going to just stop it there for now. So you can see, again, he knows that he's beaten. He knows that what Aaron's saying is correct. So he tries to insult him, basically, by saying, take another drink. You're triggered. The usual kind of shit. You can always see on Nathan Thompson's face when he knows he's destroyed. That smugness that he usually has turns into anger, where you can see it in his eyes, where he is now angry that he's being questioned and he's got his back up against the wall. That's very evident here, and it's very, very clear. I suggest people go back to the early part where he's all smug and doing all this shit, and now he's like, moderator! He gets so ridiculously triggered. It's really, really funny. Anyway, lads and lassies, I'm going to leave the video here for now. I want to break this up into 2 parts because I've got to go do some other stuff for a little while, and I will come back and finish this very, very shortly. I'll release them pretty close to each other so people will be able to watch both of them. Thank you so much for coming and checking out the video. Make sure and hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and you can also become a channel member and or a Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And the more the merrier. I'm going to be doing some members only and Patreon only giveaways and things like that once a month. So anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much. And do I have Sláinte.